Hamilton. I'm Geoff Kim. Trace Fowler to join me in just a moment. The Rams dropped a tough one to McNick 3 nights ago, 44-41. Badin has dropped 2 of its last 4. Meanwhile, Alter got a game-high 20 points from senior guard Brady Ewell, defeating Carroll 63-54. The Knights have won 2 in a row and 5 of their last 6. So as we bring in Trace, Alter has already wrapped up the GCL-CoEd, losing only once in conference play this season. They've won with efficiency and making shots, hitting on nearly 50% of their attempts this year.
Yeah, surprising. You showed me some of the numbers in regards to their just a field goal percentage inside the arc. It seems like this day and age, everybody wants to chuck up a 3 and be like Steph Curry, and you kind of see the shot map charts of 20 years ago and today, and it seems like everybody wants to shoot the 3. Not so much for this Alter bunch, and perhaps that's why they won the league. They shoot such a high percentage inside the arc, but for me, they got a significant amount of guys that can score the ball, and perhaps my favorite player, which is Jacob Connor, just a sophomore. You could watch this game and you could pick 3 other guys that you might like better, and right. One starting off with Brady Ewell, which we'll get into later tonight, but he's just been perhaps the best player in the league.
He has, and you can argue that, averaging just under 20 points a contest. He's the conference's leading scorer this season. Meanwhile, it's been a season of streaks for Badin. They've won 6 in a row back in December, 5 in a row in January. They've won 2 of their last 4 here down this final stretch. They really need to get on one of those streaks right now.
Yeah, I think that it's fitting that it's senior night here at Badin, just based off the fact that they are a significantly senior-laden bunch. Doesn't mean that everything comes from the seniors, but ultimately for them, they're going to have to rely on this group to get them to a district championship that they're trying to hope for. And perhaps the best test you can get is playing a good bunch like this Alter Knight team, and maybe perhaps this is the kind of the springboard that they needed to win tonight to kind of head into the tournament on the right foot.
The last time these 2 teams met, it was on January 10th in Kettering, in a game you saw right here on Chatterbox Live. Alter survived a late surge by Badin, 45-42. Brady Ewell led the way with 13 points, 7 boards, and 5 steals. We're due for a break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups in the opening tip. This is the game of the week here on Chatterbox Live. We're just mere moments away from the start of this one here in Hamilton. Badin and Alter getting after it. And let's give you the starting lineups here on senior night. First for the visiting Alter Knights. And you see the man that Trace, you would like so much coming on in Jacob Connor, all 6'7" of him.
Yeah, he's just a big presence out there. It's hard to miss him, for one, and then 2, I do like his actions. I just think he's a good basketball player, and he's going to turn into something to be pretty special in my opinion. But again, I don't think you can look farther than the senior, number 32, Brady Ewell, and typically they're going to have to go off the back of him if they're going to win tonight.
Absolutely, all seniors tonight there as well. And then as we look for the Badin Rams, it's a senior-laden lineup to start things off. Hegeman, Watkins, and DeLong in the backcourt, Schweitzer and Giesting up front.
Yeah, I think for Badin, it's a situation where most senior nights, they always start all seniors, right? And they find a way, even if it's guys that don't play a whole lot, they put them in the lineup. Right. Don't have to worry about that. If you're Coach Weisgerber, you're just going to stick out the usual bunch, and it just happen to be seniors. So for them, we'll see if they can't control their emotions. They were a team that played not too long ago against Ross in I would call a pretty heated environment, and it took them a little while to get their stride. They ultimately did get their stride, but when you're playing a team like Alter, you can't maybe go 4 or 5 minutes to start this game off with high emotions and not play your best and expect to win. So we'll see if they can't get off to a better start than what they did a few nights ago against the Ross Rams in a similar environment. So packed house, and it ought to be fun.
Alter has already won the GCL-CoEd, 17-3, 12-1 in the conference. Their head coach, Eric Coulter, in his 7th year, 104-60. The Badin Rams are 16-5, 9-4 in the GCL-CoEd. Jerry Weisgerber in his 22nd year, 328 and 178. Tap is controlled by Alter, and away we go. And the first shot put up, rebound put back for 2. And it's 2-0 Alter on the score by Connor Stoley. Donovan Watkins puts it inside. Giesting goes to Schweitzer and ties it up.
Yeah, an easy bucket for Schweitzer. A good cut and a good pass.
Schweitzer averaging 10 a ball game. We're tied up at 2. Our first tie of the ball game. Just about 30 seconds gone by here in this one so far. Here's Ewell, short corner jumper, and gives him the lead.
There's the mid-range we talked about. We'll get into that in a little bit. Just incredibly high percentage when he gets inside the arc.
Averaging 19 and a half a ball game, 4-2, Alter with the lead as we come up on 1 minute to play here in this first quarter. Ball deflected, but saved inside. They'll have to kick it back out. Here's a three off the wing. No good for Giesting.
Look at Donnie Watkins.
Watkins puts it up, no good. The rebound down to Jacob Connor. He takes it up the floor himself. Stoley gets a touch and now plays it over for Kolb. Kolb back outside. Here's a three attempt, no good for Stoley. So an empty possession for Alter, and here comes Badin down by 2. DeLong got a touch, plays it over for the corner, and the jumper is good for Hegeman.
It's a good start for Hegeman. If he's going to be able to have a big night, usually it's driving the basketball, but if he's going to be able to hit that mid-range, that helps everything else.
Hegeman comes up with it, comes off the wing, takes it right to the rack, missed the shot, but drew the foul. He'll go to the line. Foul's going to be on Brady Ewell. That's his first, the team's first. Second tie of this ball game already. Knotted up at 4 very early on here in Badin, and here's Josh Hegeman, who has been the team's big scorer for much of the season, averaging 11 and a half a ball game. He gets to first. 62.5% of the line. He makes them both. Individual pressure quickly broken. Connor has it. Jack Smith up high on the right. Looking left, Stoley. Smith puts it on the deck, stuck at the free throw line. Here's the corner three. It's good. Knock it down. Connor for the trifecta to give Alter the lead once again.
Yeah, we had talked about, is he really a guard? I mean, he's 6'7". He just brought the ball down the floor, and he shoots 50+% from 3.
Here's a long-range jumper, no good. Ball saved initially on the baseline. He'll head the other way. So much like the game that you and I had a week ago, this one's being played very close here in the early minutes. No one's running away from it like has been the case for much of our season.
Seems like all year long it's one bunch jumped out to a big lead, but fortunately for us, it seems to always find a tight game at the end.
Just about 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Ewell on the drive, stuck at the elbow, kicks it on out, and a whistle coming off the ball, it looks like. Alex DeLong picks up the personal, and the team fouls are even at 1. Ewell tosses, deflected by DeLong. They'll reset off the far sideline. 5:20 to play here in this first quarter. 7-6 in favor of visiting Alter, and again, they've been incredibly good. 17-3 on this season.
Yeah, just lost one league game, and the league game they lost was essentially almost, I don't want to say, maybe the first game of the year for them in the league.
They play it outside. Stoley has the shot rejected. Here's a 3 attempt off the left wing. Knock it down.
Wow.
Rich Kolb for the trifecta. And if you remember the game that you and I saw over in Kettering, Kolb had been particularly hot in that game.
Yeah, this is back and forth, and everybody's putting it through the hoop.
Hegeman with the deuce. He's got 6 early points to make it a very close game here. It's 10-8. Connor has it. Stoley sets the high screen. Ewell drives right to the rack. Has his shot rejected out of bounds. Zach Schweitzer says, not in my kitchen.
That's 2 times down the floor. Schweitzer's had a block. He had the block in the corner there, and wasn't having Ewell lay it in his senior night.
They play it up on top. Stoley. Kolb gets a touch. Jack Smith, and now back outside. Stoley for 3, no good. Here's Hegeman. Long outlet for Schweitzer to the rack. Third tie of the ball game, knotted up at 10.
Good pass. right over the defender to Schweitzer, and Schweitzer kind of was fortunate.
18-footer, good for Connor.
I'll tell you what, man, we talk about sometimes how there's saran wrap on the hoop in some of the games we come to. Not the case tonight. My goodness.
12-10. So both teams feeling it here on senior night here in Badin. Watkins top of the key. Hegeman feeds it inside. Here's the wraparound. Here's the corner jumper. That's no good. The long misfires. Long outlet up front, and it's saved by Alter initially. Here's a three off the left wing. Knock it down. Jack Smith. And the threes are flying for Alter to start this ball game.
I don't think just a little bit of a hiccup there by Hegeman. Just dribbled it right off his foot. Unforced turnover for Badin, and almost feels like they got to get some kind of a defensive stop here. So Alter's feeling it. You don't want to let good shooters get in too big of a rhythm.
Connor will take it up front and gets Marshall Flagg into this ball game. Smith gets a touch and plays to Cole between the circles. They keep it on the outside. The big man Connor got a touch. Cole. Cole off the high screen, rolls left, has his pass lost out of bounds. I don't know if he knew whether he was going to take a shot or take a pass, and he did neither really in that case.
A little bit of indecision.
Biggest lead of the ball game here for the Alter Knights at 15-10. Watkins up high, sets up the offense.
Ooh, fortunate.
Here's a jumper from 15, in and out. The rebound, nothing going here, and we got a foul coming on up.
Yeah, Marshall Flagg, a senior that they kind of got into the game here. It's one way on senior night when you got a bunch of them and you can't fit them all in the starting lineup because they only let you play 5. Kind of snuck in Flagg here, and he's had some good minutes. A good rebound right there and went up for 2, and he's going to force himself to the free throw line.
First one is good on the foul by Jack Smith. Marshall came in 5 for 9 at the stripe, now 6 for 10. Trying to make it 7 for 11, no good. And do we have a lane violation? They're coming back.
Yeah, they're going to call a lane violation. It's going to give Flagg another opportunity.
3 to make 2.
That's right.
4-point contest. Flagg makes it a 3-point contest. 15-12, and Badin showing 3/4 court pressure. Connor tosses near side and picked off. Flagg plays it back to the middle floor, and he throws it away. Cole comes up front. Oh, nice stop and go on the left. They play it down on the block, and returning outside is the big man Stoley. Here's Ewell, stuck at the free throw line. He pumps 15. He misfires. Hegeman the rebound. Under 2 to play here in this first quarter. 3-point contest.
It's like Alter's in a 2-3 zone or maybe a little Suedo man-to-man. Now they're going to go back to man-to-man, but it certainly looks like a 2-3 zone. Oh, he had him underneath with the pump fake.
Here's a jumper straight on for Hegeman.
Definitely a 2-3 zone, but they're kind of extending it, so it almost looks like man-to-man on the outside, but Hegeman recognized that, took a couple dribbles in, and hits a nice good, about 16-footer.
3 from the corner, no good for Jack Smith. And back comes Badin the other way. Watkins to the rack. He drew the contact.
Good job, and he had a little bit of an outlet there. I think that Larkin was coming down the floor on the other side. He knew that as long as he got it over the shot block, he was going to have an easy offensive rebound on the other side, so good job by Watkins, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
That's number 3 on Alter, the first on Connor Stoley. The first free throw for Watkins is good. So Watkins is in the scorer book. Averaging just about 9 points a contest. He came in at about 67.5% of the stripe. He makes them both. So nip and tuck here in the early minutes after Alter had gotten out to a 5-point lead at 15-10. Back comes Badin, and they've retaken the lead.
Tell you what, 16 and 15 points in high school is just a great quarter. Good block. One of the Swinepusses. David getting in on the action.
David Schweinefuss, 6'4", a junior into this ball game. He's got a twin brother as well, Michael. Ewell has it up top. Penetrates, stopped.
Good defense by Larkin.
Threw it away.
Looks like it got tipped just slightly perhaps by Schweinefuss, and they're going to stay on Alter's end, but what a great basketball game so far.
Connor will throw in from the baseline. Looking to the corner, now throws for Ewell. In the paint, throws it up, no good. The rebound, the flag, and we've got a foul.
Yeah, I got not sure, maybe got Connor here, we'll see. Now they're going to get it on 13 there. Brian Shane. But he bumped flag, dropped him to the ground, and if it was Reed Mouse rules, they'd be one away from the bonus, but they're not.
Flag plays it back out. Hegeman stuck on the elbow. He throws up a floater, no good. And saved on the baseline by Alter. And a good job, some great length there by Jacob Connor. He throws it up front. Here's a three off the corner. That's no good. One and done, this time down for Alter. Badin will look to up the score. They may hold for a final shot here. We'll see with under 25 to play here in this first quarter.
I think a lot of that will depend on what Alter does. If they're going to stick in this 2-3 zone, I would expect them to take the last shot. And
good job by A.J. Engener to save the ball on the near side. He has it right at the half-court stripe. Under 10 to play in this first quarter. Hegeman between the circles. We'll see if he takes a shot with 3 to play. He goes up with a runner, no good. He gets it back. He throws it up at the buzzer, no good. And this first quarter has come to a close. Your score after one period, Badin leads it 16-15. This is the game of the week here on Chatterbox Live. Along with Trace Fowler, I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us. It's the game of the week here on Chatterbox Live, and we got a good old-fashioned slugfest so far through the first 8 minutes of this one between Badin and Alter. 16-15 in favor of the home team. Alter had gone up by 5, which had been the biggest lead of the ball game. Back comes Badin on a 6-0 run.
yeah, that was a great rebound by Badin, no pun intended, but I also think that Alter's, they've shown why they're a good basketball team, right? Nothing really was flashy in that entire quarter for Alter, and they scored 15 points, and we talked before the week, right? Where do we want to go? I said, I'll tell you what, Badin Alter is going to be a great basketball game, and it's going to be a great atmosphere.
Sold out house in Hamilton tonight. Watkins will throw in from half court. Hegeman will handle. Badin going left to right against a 2-3 zone. Andrew Larkin gets a touch and plays it back for Giesting. They throw it down in the middle. Larkin returns it up high. Giesting. Here's Hegeman, puts it on the floor, stuck on the corner, tops it off. Here's Larkin, he'll dribble out. And some great defense by Alter. Here's Schweitzer, the jumper from 12 feet away.
It was good defense by Alter, but ultimately, if you just keep passing the ball around and you're really strong with the basketball in the zone, you're going to eventually get a good shot, and Badin did. Schweitzer able to put it down.
He's got 6, 3-point lead for Badin. So we come up on 1 minute gone by here in the second period. Ewell out on the sideline. Connor has it up high on the left. Ewell has it deep on the corner. Checked by Larkin. He gives it up. He gets it back. He thought about 3. He's a decent shooter from the outside. He's a great shooter from inside that 3-point line.
That he is.
I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a bit. Jack Smith puts it on the floor once. Connor over for Ewell up high on the right. Checked by Larkin. He threw it away.
Yeah, we've seen an unforced turnover down here for Badin, and that kind of was an unforced turnover right there by the Knights, and not something you traditionally see by Ewell, and student section will let him hear about it.
By the way, Ewell's got some genetics on him. I don't know if you know that, right? His dad played over at the University of Dayton for 4 years, back in the end of the 80s, all the way to the 90 season in which they went to the NCAA tournament. Larkin on the deck, draws the double, throws it away. Connor deflects it, saved. Here's a jumper on the elbow, no good for DeLong. Connor plays it up front. Stoley puts it on the deck, sets the high screen on the left side.
Looks like I got a blocking foul.
That's what we're seeing. So Rich Cole picks up the personal. Beg your pardon. Larkin picks up the personal. Here's the score. Ewell with the bucket, and makes it a 1-point ball game.
Yeah, you can see the zone. It almost looks like man-to-man up top because they extend it out so far, and you can do that on a court like this. It's so tight to where you don't really have to worry about the open spaces as much. Schweitzer going to let it rip.
And he does for 3. Zach's been hot. He's got 9 to lead his team. 21-17. Smith lost it, saved it for Kolb. He gives it up, he gets it back, he triggers 3, he knocks it down.
Wow.
His second trifecta of the night. 4 threes so far in this first half for Alter. Larkin gets a touch for Badin, thought about the skip pass,
good
dumps
pass.
it inside, and the score. Nice job for Giesting, his first bucket of the night.
Good bucket by Giesing, good pass by Larkin, and anytime I've said it once, I'll say it again. I don't want to sound like a broken record tonight, but in order to beat a zone consistently, you got to get in the middle.
Kolb dumps it off. Here's Stoley, the jumper from 15, no good. Giesting the rebound. Here comes Badin. Watkins dumps it off. Here's the jumper, no good off the side, and the rebound to Stoley. Quickly up ahead. Ewell stuck. Fires 10 feet away. That's no good. 1 and done for Alter. Giesting high low for Larkin. He goes to the up and under, no good. And yet another rebound to Connor Stoley.
Got to get back on defense if you're Larkin. And
angle pass over Larkin. Looking for Ewell. Ewell barking, wanting a foul call. He doesn't get any satisfaction. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the second half.
A couple possessions each team would like to have back for certain, but you can't fault overpassing sometimes. You know, you tell your team to be unselfish consistently, and sometimes you can make a little too many passes. That being one right there.
Hawkins has the ball across the half-court line against the 2-3. Passes it down the sideline. Giesting returns, gives it up. Here's a shot from the corner. No good for Schweitzer.
A bit of a heat check for Schweitzer.
Austin Brogan in the ball game. He has it. He gives it up. Stoley sets it up for Rich Kolb off the high screen. Top of the key. Plays back. Stoley, a long three.
Wow.
He nails it from 25 feet away.
Right like that. We're back knotted up at 23.
Fourth tie of the ball game. Actually, the fifth
Good
tie of the
pass.
ball game. High-low and the score for Hegeman.
What a cut by Hegeman and a good pass by Schweitzer. And next thing you know, Badin finds themselves running good offense.
Stoley up top. Kolb got a touch. Here's a three off the left wing. No good. It'll stay up front, and we got a foul as Stoley was upended.
From back here, that bad boy looked like it was going in as well.
Yeah. Some big-time home run hitting for Alter tonight.
Nope. I didn't say it. Got tipped out of bounds.
By the way, that last foul was on Bobby Young, who's into the ballgame, wearing the number 23. 25-23 is your score. Here's a throw-in. Brogan playing, Stoley, a three again! Is this a home run hitting contest tonight?
I'll tell you what, we talked about the pregame how Alter likes to go inside and score the basketball inside the arc, and they're putting on a clinic from beyond the arc tonight. And look at Schweitzer.
A straight on three, no good. The putback for Hegeman. Josh is hot. He's got 12 of the 27 points for Badin, 27-26.
Yeah, you got to love when a guard gets himself in the mix and pulls down an offensive rebound and sticks one back in.
Cole up high, drew some contact, and I'm not sure what they're calling here, but it looked like it was off the ball.
Oh, looked like they're going to call an illegal screen. At first I thought they called a block on Watkins, and I was going to say that if they're going to call that, they better start blowing the whistle a little more. Little did I know they must have called an off-the-ball illegal screen.
It's on Brian Shane, his second. 5 team fouls now against Alter with under 2 to play here in this first half. 27-26. We've been entertained very thoroughly here in this first half.
Schweitzer's open in the middle. You just got to look for him.
Here's the double. Here's a putback. No good. And we got a foul as Giesting came in and reached in on Shane.
Schweitzer's almost too close there. A situation where he kind of was almost in territory where he was almost high enough just to throw it down, but as he let go of it, it hit back iron and jumped back out, one he'd like to have back. Between him and Hegeman, man, they got off to a great start.
They've given them the lead at 27-26. Kolb throws down to the corner. Stoley, who's been hot from the wing.
Yeah, you can tell he's waiting for the next opportunity to shoot.
Here's Ewell for three off the left wing. He's back in the ballgame. No good. The rebound, and Shane upended his man Schweitzer.
Yeah, a little too much contact down there. At some point, you got to blow the whistle, and I know they want to let him play, but can't knock a guy over when he's trying to grab a rebound and get away with it. And so far tonight, I do love the Stripes. The Stripes have done a great job. They haven't gotten in the way. They've let them play, but they've also been fair.
Still the 1 point ball game. We've slowed down in the scoring column here in the last minute. That's the third personal on Brian Shane, by the way. Here's Watkins with the ball.
Oh, he can't.
They look for Hegeman. He recovers out on the wing. Now he plays baseline. He drew the coverage. Saved by his teammate.
It's Kirkendall.
Ryan Kirkendall in the ballgame at 6'1", a junior. Giesting has a touch. Back to Kirkendall between the rings. Watkins up high on the left. 50 seconds to play in the quarter. Oh, he picked it up.
Yeah, they must have got him for leaving his feet up and down. And, you know, one thing, we talk about not having a shot clock in high school basketball all the time. One thing I would say is that as you start to run your offense and you haven't gotten a shot up in quite some time, it can wear on you from an offensive player standpoint. And that almost seemed like Giesting wanted to get a shot up, and realistically, you got the lead, and if they're going to run the zone, take your time.
Stoley. Over for Ewell outside the arc on the right. Under 30 to play. Curl cuts in the lane, kicks it out. They return it back
Good
up
pass.
on high. Here's a three off the wing. No good this time for the big man Stoley. And here comes Badin up by 1. 15 to play here in the half. Here's Hegeman coming off the corner, stuck out on the sideline. High-low for Schweitzer. That's a great pass by Giesting.
It was. Got a little bit of loss in the zone, did Alter. Got to get it up. Only got a second left.
Connor throws it to the side. Cole cannot put it up before the buzzer goes, and that's how the first half ends. Your score at intermission, it's the home team Badin leading the GCL-CoEd champs Alter 29-26. This is the game of the week here on Chatterbox Live. We're at at the half. It's 29-26. Badin has the lead over visiting Alter, the GCL-CoEd champs this year. Along with Trace Fowler, I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us for the Game of the Week here on Chatterbox Live, the regular season finale. And boy, if you haven't paid attention to what we've got in store for you, you are in for a treat. We do have another game going on as we speak that we are covering. Our own Reed Mouse and Justin Thomas are out taking care of Mount Healthy and Edgewood. What's the score in that one?
24-6. Mount Healthy's jumped on top of Edgewood, but Edgewood has made some comebacks, as we've personally seen earlier this year. So I wouldn't count the Cougars out quite yet. They are on their home floor, perhaps a little bit of nerves to start that game, but Mount Healthy started out 13-0 for a reason, and they're showing it so far tonight. It's 24-6 last time we had looked at the second period there. You can catch that game over on Twitter or on our website as well. But ultimately, if you're watching, you're probably not going nowhere because it's 29-26 here, and it's been a heck of a basketball game so far.
At a sold-out house here in Hamilton, Badin High School has kept us entertained with the house band tonight.
Absolutely.
And it's got a little School of Rock feel to them tonight.
Absolutely.
It's been beautiful. Here's the scoring here in this first half. First for Badin, they got 2 points for Marshall Flay. A team high, and I believe a game high as well, 12 points for Josh Hageman. 2 points for Donovan Watkins, 11 points for Zach Schweitzer, and 2 for Spencer Geesting. For the Alter Knights, they got 3 points in the first half by Jacob Connor, 3 from Jack Smith, 6 from Rich Cole, 8 from Connor Stoley, and 4 from Brady Ewell. In fact, Alter in the first half have been playing home run ball. Of their, as we count them up, of their 9 field goals in the first half, 6 have come from long range.
Yeah, it seemed as if they were just got on fire there for a short time, and Gonzalez was letting them rip from the parking lot pretty much. At some point, there was a few of them. I know it's a small floor, but I don't care what it is in here. Those shots were from deep, and sometimes you get hot and you don't care where you catch. As long as you can see the rim cleanly, you're going to let it rip, and Alter certainly was doing that in the first half. And Badin, I think, like we said, I think that, as long as they're patient inside that zone, they're going to find good looks. And I expect more of the same for Badin moving forward. And I don't foresee this thing getting too out of hand one way or the other. And who knows, we might just have one more regular season buzzer beater in us. And if so, I'm here for it.
Well, we're a little surprised by Alter's performance from long range here in the first half. They shoot 61.5% from inside the three-point line this season.
Oh, yeah.
That's been the amazing thing. So Alter will throw in from half court. It'll be Connor Stoley. Jacob Connor will handle the ball on the outset, I would imagine. The Schweitzer face guards him, and away we go here in half number 2, here in Hamilton. Connor has it at the center jump circle, dumps it off. Jack Smith gets a touch.
Good
back
pass.
to Stoley. Here's a kick out. Here's a 3 off the corner for Kolb, no good. The rebound to Geesting. Watkins has it up high on the right. Schweitzer driving baseline. He looked like he knocked down his man, but I think they're going to call it the other way.
That they are. I think they're going to call him for a little bit of a push-off. Or maybe not. I don't know. They look like they're going to keep it. They're going to keep it down here. They are. A blocking foul of all things.
Call it on. Look like on Smith. Hageman throws it in. Over for Watkins to kick out. Schweitzer at the free throw line. Stuck there by Kolb. Kicks it back out. Hageman, who had the hot hand of everybody in that first half, has the ball. Checked by Kolb. Watkins has it now with 40 seconds gone by here in the second half. Looking inside and throw it away. Stolen away by Jacob Connor. They play up front. Kolb plays. Here's
open.
Smith from the corner at 3. He knocks it down. And we're tied at 29.
Rightfully so. And again, I think Badin kind of got a little bit impatient down there. It can become, a little frustrating if you don't get a good shot within a certain time period. But again, I can't stress this enough. There is no shot clock. There's no reason to force a pass in the middle of that zone when it's just not there.
Watkins puts it on the deck against the 2-3. Here's a 3 off the wing. That's no good by DeLong. They play it inside, and we have a jump ball.
good board by Giesting, and although a jump ball is the result of it, ultimately kept possession.
So we're tied up at 29, the sixth tie of the ball game with 6:36 to play here in the third quarter. Giesting saves it for Hegeman. Plays it back to the middle of the floor. DeLong spun around, plays to Hegeman, rehandles, lost in the air, puts it up for Schweitzer. He mishandles, and they throw it up front. Here's Ewell.
That's his spot. They're going to, that's a great call.
So take down the three by Kolb, and we head the other way.
I don't know if you've seen it, but Jack Smith was sprinting down the court, and essentially Hegeman was really trying to get out to the corner for that three, and Smith kind of nonchalantly, if you will, in a smart play, but they just called him for it. Kind of set an illegal screen, if you will, on Hegeman, and going the other way for Badin. And again, knotted at 29. Alter stays in a little more of almost like a half-court trap at this point.
Smith picks up his third. 2 minutes gone by here in this third. Watkins kicks out. Here's a wide-open three from the corner. No good. The rebound, the put back for two for DeLong.
It's a great rebound by DeLong, and that's the con of a zone. You don't have a specific man to box out, so oftentimes it leads to offensive rebounds.
Alex with a deuce, his first deuce of the night, 31-29, and Badin has the lead once more. Connor has it up high on the right, checked well by Giesting. Kolb out on the corner. Stoley up high on the right, checked there by Schweitzer. And Badin playing great defense. High, low, and nearly picked off. Saved by Connor. Over for Ewell. Puts it on the deck. High, low. Intended for Schweitzer. He didn't see it coming. It's out of bounds. It'll stay up front with 5:22 left to play here in the third.
That was one of those situations where when the quarterback throws the ball so hard that even though the defensive back was ready for it, the ball was just coming in too hot for him. That's what happened to Schweitzer right there. He's seen it. It was just coming in a little too hot.
Ewell puts it on the deck, and it's a holding call on Alex DeLong. That's his second, and that's the first team foul on Badin here in this third. Connor, your pick of the night here will throw in from the baseline. Just a sophomore. High, low for Stone, and one! We're tied at 31, but he'll go to the line to see if he can make it a three-point lead and an Alter lead.
Wow. It's one of those situations, I don't know if I was more impressed with the pass or if I was more impressed with the finish.
Good. So Stoley on the old-fashioned three. He's got 11 in the book. 32-31. Back comes Alter.
Good pass.
Oh,
you got to finish it.
He missed the bunny. Ewell up front. Has it picked away by DeLong. Here goes to Watkins. Watkins, spin dribble. Gives it up for Giesting. Draws a double. Rejected by Stoley, but we've got a foul.
No shortage of action.
Woo! So Cole picks up the personal. That was frenetic. As Giesting goes to the line. Spencer's got a couple first half points in the book.
As good of a night as Schweitzer's had. He's had a few bunnies there. One down there on the offensive rebound in the first half that he put back and wasn't able to finish on. And the layup there, 4 points that I'm sure that he would like to have back. And Giesting's kind of picking him up now here, going to the line and getting two.
And Badin has retaken the lead. Man pressure. Here's Ewell on the jab. He puts it up from 15. No good. One and done. This time down the floor.
Rams caught a break right there. That's his little mid-range jump shot, and he had a good opening.
Kind of uncharacteristic for him to miss at this one. Here's Badin. Here's a long-range jumper for Hegeman. No good. He's gone cold here in the second half as well. Here's Connor from 25. No good, and we've got a foul coming underneath.
Yeah, trying to block out Ewell, and he had a man beaten. I think they're going to get DeLong. That they are. They're going to get DeLong on the foul, and He's going to get subbed out as Andrew Larkin comes in, and Connor taken out again. We'll see if he doesn't try to find Stolle on the inside. The screen action right here, right in front of us. I expect him to try to get this to him.
Goes to Austin Brogan, and they return it up high. Brian Shane got a touch. Stolle now has the ball. Checked by Schweitzer. Kolb has it up high on the left. Checked by Hegeman, and now returns it over to the sideline flag. Angles it back for Shane. Here's a three from Stolle. No good. And they're going to go for three there. Schweitzer picks up the personal.
Yeah, one of the golden rules of basketball, or cardinal sins, whichever one you'd like to call it. It's can't foul a three-point shooter. And kind of swiped down at it, and they must have thought he got him just enough to call the foul, and he's going to head to the line for three.
First free throw, no good. Halfway down the well and out. So we had talked about Brady Ewell a little bit ago and saying that he was a little uncharacteristic for him to miss the shot. Well, there's a reason for that. He is shooting inside the three-point line 69.5%. You can't do that in a video game.
No. I mean, I haven't played video games in a while, but I would assume that it's pretty difficult, especially if you're shooting that high percentage. You got to play on a tougher setting. That's what I would say about that.
1 for 3 for Stolle. We're tied at 33, the 7th tie of the game. Schweitzer stuck on the double. High-low for Hegeman. He missed the shot. Schweitzer the rebound. He's fouled going on up. With 3:44 left to play here in this third, both teams really wanting it here for the regular season conference finale.
Yeah, and we talked about this pregame. It would be a great step in the right direction for Badin to be able to go into the tournament beating a quality team like Alter. And if you're Alter, it's nice to play in basketball games that are tight down the stretch, because that's what it's going to take when you're in the district championship game. That's what it's going to take when you're in the regional championship game. In order to get to state, you're going to have to run through a couple tough basketball games, and anytime you get in situations where you're in a tough environment and you add in a close game, it definitely helps with experience.
Schweitzer gets them both 35-33. Full court pressure shown by the Rams. Brogan gets a touch. Shane has it, puts it on the deck, and now Stolle on the double. He puts it on the floor. He takes it to the rack. His shot is blocked. He drew the foul. So they're going to get Schweitzer on that one as he rejected Stolle's shot, but he'll go back to the line.
Yeah, just too much of a height advantage for Schweitzer there, and he caught him on the hip, and they seen it and got him for the foul. And one tough thing to do, though, is go right back to the charity stripe after you've missed 2 or 3. We'll see if that doesn't start to wear on him, those missed free throws.
Stolle comes to the line almost like he's prepping for a jump shot.
Yeah, a little bit of a unique routine there.
Well, it's almost like he's doing that to get in rhythm.
Certainly.
He makes them both.
And it worked for him.
He has all 4 free throws here of the second half for the Alter Knights, and we're tied once again at 35, 8th tie of the ball game. Hegeman gets a touch, plays Watkins. Outside the arc, back for Hegeman. He pumps straight on. A 3, a high arcing shot is no good, and Stolle the rebound for the Alter Knights. And he is wrapped around. I think they're going to get Larkin for excessive harassment.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. That's what you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It'd be a situation where I'm not suggesting Larkin to do this, but the next time I got a chance next to that referee, I'd ask him, if I flop around on the offensive end, do I get a foul too?
Right. Here's Stolle in the lane. He missed the turnaround on the baseline.
Somebody, guard's got to get the ball from Swinefuss, and they do. Here comes Hegeman.
Hegeman up high on the left.
There it is. That's how you beat a zone.
Here's Larkin. Throws up the runner in the lane. No good. Connor gets the ball. Up front, quickly. Charge. Step in the lane. Is it a charge?
No, they're going to call a block.
It's a blocking call. And it's going to be on Watkins.
And I think that's the right call. Although Watkins was there initially, he kind of got in a situation where you can kind of start to see him like a little bit of a lean to try to make sure he was in the way. And anytime you start leaning, often going to result in a block.
Brian Shane is a 6'4" junior. The front end of one.
He can't do it.
The rebound. He gives back to Shane to the rack. He missed a shot. He drew the foul, and they're going to get Larkin on that one.
That's a big possession right there. What was perhaps a 2-point swing could turn into a 4-point swing just like that. And anytime you're in a tight basketball game, that oftentimes can be the difference.
Brian Shane back at the stripe. Good.
Just a simple box out. That's often the little things in sports, you know. You can crown out. You can talk about all the big threes that were hit. You can talk about all the great passes inside. But at the end of the day, typically good basketball teams that win games box out. They rebound well and they hit their free throws.
Shane taking his time. No good. He left it off the front. Giesting and DeLong are back in the ball game for Badin. DeLong gets a touch up high on the right. Skips it over to the near side. Watkins eyeing inside. Has yet to put it on the floor. Finally does. Against a strong 2-3. Watkins gives it up. Gets it back. He kicks it out. DeLong outside the arc. Nearly traveled. Giesting has it now on the reversal. Here's Hegeman, jump stop in the lane, a 10-footer. It's no good. The back tap belongs to Brady Ewell of the Alter Knights. He threw it away. Hegeman into the forecourt. He goes up with the left-hand scoop, no good, and we got some contact down on the basket area.
Looks like they're going to get Connor.
They will. So Jacob picks up the personal. They're going to say number 1 on him. That's 5 on the Alter Knights. Josh to the line. He gets his first point of this second half. He had 12 first half points to pace the team, pace everybody in scoring. And he misses on the back end. And Stolle the rebound. Quickly to Connor. Up in front for you. He threw it away. And stolen by Hegeman. Plays to DeLong, who will hand it back off for Hegeman. On the sideline and a timeout. With 1:41 left to play here in this third period, 38-36. So some sloppy passing and something that you and I saw back a few weeks ago when we were in Kettering for the first part of this this home-and-home matchup. Yeah. We saw Alter try to run as fast as possible at 100 miles an hour and throw these long passes when there was no need to.
Well, the thing about this court versus the bigger courts that you might run into when you get in the tournament, when you play at whether it's Centos or you play at UC or UD or Ohio State, is that those long passes that are the right play usually aren't the right play tonight because the length of basically the court is so shrunken down. It only takes maybe 2 steps to get from midline, if you will, on the basketball court to the sideline, when it would typically take 4 steps. And that might not sound like a whole lot, but 2 steps on a basketball court is the difference between a stolen pass for Hegeman on this end or not a stolen pass and an easy lay-in for the Knights. So you just can't I would honestly say, if the pass is longer than about 15 feet and they're not wide open, it's going to get picked off if you try to make that pass. It just is. The court is too tight. It's a phone booth in here.
38-36, a 2-point lead for the Alter Knights. I do have to ask, you said 2 steps, right? Would it be a step and a half for Jacob Connor?
Yeah, when you're 6'10", those steps turn into a little less.
Giesting out on the corner, throw it away into the backcourt. DeLong will get it, and it's over and back.
And again, Badin comes out, and they just are a little too aggressive, in my opinion, trying to make perfect passes. You don't have to make perfect passes, just make good passes.
Inbound will come from the corner. Hegeman guarding the trigger manual, looking, dumps it off.
What do we got?
Yeah, it looks like he might. I don't know if we got a timeout here.
He said he called a timeout. Yep.
So timeout, 38-36. Want to tell you that, and just coming on in the ball game, there are reasons why both teams are successful. In the case of Alter, we did enumerate the fact that they shoot incredibly well. They're incredibly efficient. Badin, they average about 56 points a ball game. They outscore their opponents by just about 7 a contest. It's really pretty good. Their free throw percentage is almost what's keeping them from being better at 54.5%. Yeah. But right now, they're in the game here with just down by a couple.
Yeah, I think the free throw was definitely a mental thing at the beginning of the year for Badin, and they were, that 54% is significantly better than what it was at the beginning of this year. Sure. Which, one good thing, there was even a week stretch there where I believe Coach Weisgerber was talking about they didn't even shoot free throws because they felt like it was so in their head that they just eliminated it from practice.
Yule tosses out. Here's Stoley for 3, off the mark. Yule the rebound. And it's batted out of bounds. Deflected out by Hageman.
Almost lost one of the senior signs there.
Nothing you can do about it now. The throw in, Stoley, Yule, top of the key, puts it on the deck against Hageman. Spins on Josh. He throws it up from 12, no good, and the rebound to Geeston. And back comes Badin. Here's Hageman into the forecourt. Dumps it down low. Here's Schweinefus, the shot, the turnaround, no good. One and done, and here comes Alter. Yule into the lane, to the rack. He missed the shot. He drew the foul. And he came
They had to call an offensive foul.
Oh, wow. So we head the other way with 51.8 left to go here in this third.
I'll be honest, I didn't get a chance to look down the floor to see that. But you know my feelings about taking charges underneath the basket.
Because it did happen right underneath the hoop.
Yeah.
And Yule was going a mile a minute there.
I'll offer up my services to the OHSA to go around and paint that little arc on every floor from Cincinnati to Cleveland if we can institute that rule.
Here's Watkins plays. Hageman returns to Watkins. They'll keep it on the perimeter.
There it is.
Here's Geesting, the nice turnaround from the elbow. No good.
But again, though, like that, you don't need to take that quick of a shot once you get it in. And almost like it was a quick fadeaway turnaround jumper. You had time to turn around, assess the situation.
We'll see if Alter plays for a final shot of the quarter. Connor, nice step around. He plays to Yule, driving baseline to the rack. He missed a shot. He drew the foul. And I think this time he'll go to the line.
Yeah, this time he will go to the line. It was a great move on the baseline. Took a jab step towards the middle, got his man moving towards the middle, and then drove baseline and allowed himself to get to the free throw line. And that's what good players typically will do. If they're having a bad night, they'll find ways to get to the line.
That's 2 on Spencer Geesting. Brady Yule at the stripe. The conference's leading scorer this year. He misses off the front end. It's just not a good night for him.
No, he just is, some nights you have that. And you can kind of see him looking up towards the heavens, asking what is it going to take to get myself going, because so far it just has not been the case for Yule, and we'll see if he can't maybe take in a step the right direction here.
No good. He missed them both. And now we'll see if Badin takes a final shot and tries to tie it up or go take a lead with a 3.
I would expect that.
Watkins out high on the left. 4 on the game clock. He'll pump 3. Left wing, no good. The rebound fought for, but before anybody can grab it, this third quarter comes to an end. We've got a close one here in Hamilton as Alter has a 2-point lead. This is the game of the week here on Chatterbox Live. Close encounter here in Hamilton tonight as Badin is down by 2 here after 3 periods to visiting Alter. This is the game of the week here on Chatterbox Live. Thanks for joining us along with Trace Fowler, my main man. I'm Geoff Kim. Glad to have you along. Alex Gray joining us here as well tonight. The regular season finale for us, and as we had mentioned, we have something special starting next week.
Absolutely. Tournament time, baby. Nothing better for me. Nothing better. Absolutely nothing better than having your season in the balance. If you don't win, you go home. Just like the schoolyard, man. Just like the schoolyard. You don't win, you get off the floor. Get off the court.
Our march to Columbus. How apropos, and I love the play on words with the dates as well.
Absolutely.
Back to action as Connor has it. Plays Kolb up high on the left. A little reach in here on Donovan Watkins. He can't believe that he was called for it.
Yeah, I think that's going to send them to the line because they are in the bonus.
10 team fouls up on the board, on the scoreboard. First free throw rattles home.
Wow. Usually you only get that at home, huh?
Well, remember we were talking a week or two ago about the Fisher-Price rims, right?
Yeah.
That was something that might have mimicked that.
Yeah, it was awfully nice rim.
40-36. A two-possession lead here for the visiting Knights. Here's Giesting driving baseline. Skip pass into the near side. They'll return it back out. Hegeman back outside. Here's Watkins to the hole. He puts it back outside. Larkin will reset the offense off the high screen, and he has his pass punched out of bounds. With 7:21 left to go.
A little bit of frustration setting in, I think, for the Rams, because this Alter defense right now has just been nothing but nails, really, on this defensive end. No open looks, and you can see they can't find a way to beat it. And the only way to beat it is dribble driving and getting into the middle right there. And again, they still stuff it.
Hegeman from 18 feet away.
What a big basket. They needed that.
His first field goal of the second half to make it a 2-point contest. Here's Connor, lost the handle, throw it away. Watkins on the steal. It's a 2-on-1. Watkins back to Schweitzer, and he is fouled by Stoley.
Wow. I had a feeling he might go with the behind the back, but I didn't know if he had the courage to do it in tight contest with just 6:54 left in the game.
You kind of wonder if he saw Khalil Davis pull off that act a week ago.
No kidding.
So Schweitzer to the line. First free throw off the back end is no good. So you talked about Badin's woes, especially in the third period. They were outscored by Alter in the period 12-7. 1 of 2. Man pressure shown by Badin on the 1-point contest. Ewell plays. Cole. Skip pass, and it goes out of bounds to the Alter sideline just below us.
Yeah, right in front of us, and Hegeman was just a half-inch away from being able to tip that to himself, but
a little higher, and you might have got a touch of the orange.
I don't want to touch that right now.
Here's Kolb off the high screen. Jack Smith outside the arc. Connor thought about the three.
Yes, he did.
Kolb off the high screen by Stoley.
There's some really good defense going on both ends of the court.
Smith on the deck. He knocks over his man. It's a charge. Great job by Watkins, and we head the other way.
Yeah, a little bit of, I would say, I'll be honest, I didn't love the foul on the other end of the floor earlier, and not sure I like that one either.
That's 4 on Smith. 1-point ball game. And looks like we have a timeout. We have a timeout with 6:17 left to go here in this one. 40-39. And Trace, if you recall the game that we had, about a month and a half ago up in Kettering, right? We saw this kind of a finish down to the end. A little early to say with 6 minutes and change to go, but we're headed on that same path because these two teams have played it really close to the vest tonight.
Yeah, certainly. I don't know what the largest lead was, but it certainly wasn't by much, and I'm sure you'll dig that up and have it for us at some point here soon. But it seemed as if one team makes a run, the other one comes back. For Badin, it just seems as if they've on the offensive end, they've got to find a way to get some open looks because it's just been nothing but just tough jump shots. I mean, Hegeman, the last jumper, which seemed like really big jumper, was not what you would consider a great look, but he knocked it down anyway. We'll see if they can't find ways to kind of pilfer through this alternate zone defense.
Alter had a 15-10 lead deep into the second quarter. Back came Badin on a 6-0 run, and it's been close ever since. Giesting plays Schweitzer. Free throw line, a 15-footer.
That's a good look right there, getting the ball to the middle, and Schweitzer knocking it down. Had a good night, has Schweitzer.
And Badin has reclaimed the lead at 41-40.
Absolutely. It looked like it did bounce off, and see Jacob Connor kind of pointing to himself. He kind of threw the ball into traffic there and allowed a turnover for the Rams to see if they can extend their lead.
Watkins plays. Giesting up high on the right. Now again, Schweitzer, the turnaround from 17, no good.
Good rebound by Larkin.
He puts it up. That's no good. And Jacob Connor, the rebound for the Knights. And he's a tall drink of water at 6'8".
He just... Good pass.
Shane flashes into the hole. His shot is blocked, but he drew the foul. As Giesting will pick up the personal. And that's a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, it is tough because if you slow it down and you put it in slow-mo, there is a chance that he did pick him up just on the arm, but man, it looked clean, but doesn't matter.
We had a pretty good view of it from here, and it was a 50-50 on that one.
Yep.
No good. And free throws have become kind of an issue here. As we saw in the three-point ball game, the long home run hitting by Alter in the first half, but, you got to hit some shots down the stretch here. Down by one.
Missed them both.
Here's Hegeman, plays Schweitzer, a three! It's no good! The back tap belongs to Alter. Up front to Ewell. Stop and go into the lane. He is pickpocketed by Schweitzer, but he drew the contact from Zach.
I'll give Schweitzer some credit here. It takes somebody with a lot of courage to shoot the shots that he shot in the past few times down the floor, whether they were good shots or bad shots, regardless. Obviously a tough situation with the Kobe Bryant thing, but if anything that I admired more about Kobe Bryant was that he was fearless, and he would take the big shot, and he wasn't scared of it. And it reminded me a little bit of Schweitzer there.
Schweitzer staying in the game. Now he'll come out, saddle with 4 personals. He'll come out, and it's the other Schweinefest, Michael, coming on in. We're in the 25, 6'4", a junior. So Ewell ties it up. We'll see if he can give Alter the lead. He does. 42-41. Watkins comes up unabated, top of the key. Giesting and now plays Hegeman. Side pocket left, now comes back up on high. Under 5 to play in what is turning out to be a classic here in Hamilton. Hegeman on a little stop and go, now looking inside, skips it back outside for Watkins.
And if you're Badin, you just got to stay patient. I know you haven't gotten a good shot.
Here's Hegeman, a straight-on shot from 18, no good, and the rebound fought for, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that one. They're going to get Rich Kolb on the personal, but he was behind 2 Badin players on that one.
Yeah, it looked as if he kind of was the one boxing out, and the ball just went over his head, but nonetheless going to send him to the line because they are in the bonus. Big 1-on-1.
Good.
That is a big free throw.
All 3 points that Donovan Watkins has tonight have come at the stripe. We're tied up at 42. He gives Badin the lead.
As easy as the ball was going in the first quarter, the second half has just not been the same for either side, really. So anytime you can score the basketball this late in the game, it feels like a huge momentum turn.
Connor and the reach around from behind him, it looks like, from Giesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, you got to swallow the whistle a little bit now, because the problem with it is not only is it a foul, but we're turning them into free throws. Down there, I disagree with the foul down on the other end. I disagree with the foul over here. So if it turns into a free throw contest, though, the Alter Knights are without question going to have the advantage, you would think. But the statistics and the percentages don't always play out.
So we're tied momentarily at 43, and we're still tied as Hegeman gets the rebound. Another tie in this ball game. I believe that's the 9th tie of this contest.
Alter's just going to stay stingy and stay in that zone.
Schweinefest in the lane, and behind him he gets fouled.
Well, I mean, at this point, what we could do We could just send both teams to the benches and send out guys to shoot free throws. And we'll see whoever makes the most out of 20, and we'll call a winner.
Michael Schweinefus at the stripe. First one, no good. He had come in 4 for 10 at the stripe this year. So Badin is beset by fouls as Schweitzer and Giesting have 4 apiece. No good on the back end. A grease pig on the floor collected by Badin.
Good pass.
Here's Watkins, a straight on
That's
three!
a big shot by Watkins. Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
That is momentum.
Don't forget about the rebound by Larkin and the pass outside to him, but my goodness, Donnie Watkins, what a 3.
46-43, under 4 to play in this ball game.
You almost expect Alter to answer.
Stoley,
That's an advantage.
he missed the shot.
Gotta
It's
get on the
loose
floor.
Badin
Timeout.
gets the ball back. And a timeout. No, a traveling call.
Travel, yeah.
Oh, boy. And the Alter crowd coming alive on our near side.
Yeah, if you had to do it over again, you certainly would like to take the timeout because the possessions this late in the game are so important and so pivotal that you'd almost be willing to, without question, burn a timeout there to keep the possession. But nonetheless, and here come the Knights. Oh, good.
Here's a 3 for Cole. No good off the baseline. Chased down on the rebound by Hegeman. And here comes Badin.
You almost got to see what the Knights decide to do if they're going to stay in that zone. Yeah, I just expect kind of Badin to hold on to this thing as long as they can.
Watkins skips it over to the near side. Hegeman back over for Watkins. Yeah, they're content to just play the passing game.
Absolutely. You can force them to come out of that zone at some point.
Larkin skips it back. Watkins puts it on the deck. He draws a double.
If you're Badin, you have no reason to push the envelope here, in my opinion. Just pull it back out and throw it around.
3 minutes to play in this ball game.
Force them to come out of the zone.
Watkins draws a double, dumps it down low.
Timeout. Yep, great
Turn around and timeout.
I love that.
Marshall Flagg was in trouble, and with 2:50 left to go, the timeout charged to Jerry Weisgerber's Badin Rams. They have a 3-point lead in this one on a big 3 by Donovan Watkins. And I got to tell you, in a season full with big shots that you and I have gotten to see through 3 months of a season, that's one of the biggest.
Absolutely. He steps right into it, ready to shoot it. And again, oftentimes it's the little things that people might forget. Larkin was able to come down, you called it a grease pig. That thing was all over the place. He was able to squeeze it, get it in the corner, and make a smart, heady play by looking up and seeing Watkins up top. Made a good, clean, crisp pass to him. And as my coach once said, good passers make good shooters. If you can hit a good shooter in the pocket, they'll usually knock it down, and he did just that. So this will be a fun time here the last few minutes of this basketball game, because I can promise you one thing, Alter's going nowhere.
Oh, they've been awesome this year. They've been playing some great basketball at 17-3. This, by the way, is not their season finale. They actually have a game tomorrow against Bethel Tate. It's a non-conference game. For all intents and purposes, tonight there is the last set of conference games in the GCL-CoEd.
Sure.
So quite a finale in conference as we get back to action. 2:50 to play. Here to the end of regulation.
Both teams are in the double bonus, so any kind of foul is going to result in free throws unless it's a player control foul, which is an offensive foul for those that might not know that.
Watkins has the ball. The heroes so far late in this ball game. Hegeman has it at the center jump circle. Man pressure. Gives it up. Schweitzer's back in the ball game. He sets the high screen for Watkins. Gives back Schweitzer. Quick toss out to Larkin. Driving baseline. He kicks it out. Here's Hegeman, who he'll dribble out, and he draws the foul by Ewell with 2:26 to play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the percentage off the top of my head, but I would just say this. If I'm Badin, Hegeman's the guy that I'd like to go to the line late in the game.
Josh had been a first-half hero in scoring. He's got 3 points in the second half, 15 overall. Left-hander throws it up, no good. So free throws down the stretch are going to be huge. We've got a one-possession ball game. Hegeman has another shot to make it a two-possession contest. He does not. Stole the rebound to Connor. Out to Ewell. Thinking about 3. He'll dribble back. Kolb gets a touch. Stoley, and now Connor back over for Ewell. Spin dribble, stuck and threw it away. He lost it. Larkin picked him off.
Larkin's got a lane to the basket.
Coming off the left, he missed the shot. And it's back tapped and belongs to Watkins for Badin. Out to Schweitzer. He puts it on the deck. Driving baseline to the hole.
Wow. What a basket by Schweitzer, and he was up there high enough to throw that bad boy down.
He'll go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point try. Ewell picks up the personal. Badin has given Alter everything they can handle tonight. Good. $19 for Schweitzer.
I just expect Alter to put a basket in here. It just feels like it. It just feels like it.
Here's Ewell stuck outside the lane. Here's a three for Connor, and he put it in! Wow! And a timeout. There's that Fisher-Price run again.
I tell you what, you watch a basketball game long enough, and this thing's been nip and tuck, nip and tuck. It's been so tight all game long. It just felt like Badin was starting to get out there in that realm of the situation where they might have it. They might have it. And I've seen this game too long to know that that's the case. And when you're playing a great team like Alter, they're not going to go away.
You see the Alter Knights in your shot right here. They are down by 3, but a big 3 by Connor to bring them back here with under 2 minutes to play here in this contest. If you're Eric Coulter, what are you talking about here in the huddle?
I think that you just tell them that we're going to stay in our zone defense for as long as we can, but you got to realize when I put up a sign or whatever kind of system I want to utilize, we're going to try to force a turnover. It looks like they might try to force a turnover immediately as they're going to put forth some full court pressure here on the Rams.
Man pressure, full court.
Looks like they got kind of like a half court trap set up, but one way to beat that is looking deep into the corner.
Watkins will handle, plays to Hegeman, the trigger man.
Giesting's open on the all the way on the other side of the floor.
Hegeman draws the half-court trap, back to Schweitzer. He swings it out to the near side. Watkins back over for Hegeman. 18 feet away from the hoop, and now back out for Watkins.
Yeah, you don't really have to take a shot if you're Badin.
Larkin gets a touch. Giesting, and now plays Hegeman. Hegeman to the rack!
Fantastic job by Hegeman coming back to the basketball right there.
Ewell has it. His team down by 5. Connor triggers 3. Left wing. He missed it off the front end. And a foul. As Stoley fouled Donovan Watkins with 1:03 to play.
The Rams are starting to taste it now. You can start to kind of feel it. Student section starting to get a little bit louder after each possession. And that was a big rebound right there. And you want to talk about some big free throws. You've said it once. You've said it 1,000 times. Big free throws don't win all the games. They just win the close ones. And this so happens to be a close one.
5-point contest. And Watkins has a chance to expand the lead. He makes on the first. He has a chance here now to make it a 3-possession contest.
That he does, and this is a big, big free throw here for Watkins.
He's not the leading scorer in the ballgame, but he has the biggest 3 of the night. He makes it a 3-possession contest. On free throws in the big 3-pointer.
Yeah, at this point you can't give up a 3 and you can't give up a quick basket.
Kolb has it, plays, Stoley out in front of us, and now to Ewell up high on the right. He drives into the lane. He goes up with a left-hand scoop. No good. Larkin the rebound for Badin. He plays to Watkins in the middle of the floor. He'll take it across half court. He'll dump it off for Schweitzer. Schweitzer feeding Hegeman or Larkin, actually. And this one will have a whistle-stopping play with 41.2 left to go.
Schweitzer kind of caught a break right there. That's too big of a risky pass here in this situation. Just hold on to it and be strong with the basketball.
Giesting. Watkins down low for Schweitzer, high-low, and they wanted the exclamation point on that one.
Well, they got Alter has really no choice at this point. They got a foul, and the only fortunate thing, or the thing that you could, if you're an Alter Knight fan, the only thing you can hold on to maybe is the fact that this is not a very good free throw shooting team. You might be able to crawl back into it, but certainly have your work cut out for you.
Got the first.
And as I've said, those season percentages don't always play out in the span of 32 minutes. The free throw shooting down the stretch here for Badin has been fantastic.
He got him.
Got to hit a three, and you got to hit it quick.
9-point lead. This one has gotten away from Alter. Here's a long three from 25 feet away. No good. The rebound to Andrew Larkin, and the other way we head for free throws.
Tell you what, Donnie Watkins, of all the guys on the floor, he's the shortest guy. Usually every game you go to, he's the shortest guy. I've never seen a kid grab as many rebounds as he does.
Tonight, the biggest heart.
Absolutely. I'll tell you this. This is a strong statement to make. The hardest basketball player that I've watched all year long is Donnie Watkins. He plays so hard. Reed Mouse will tell you that I love Donnie Watkins. And I appreciate the fact that he gets out there and he mixes it up and he's not worried about, what it looks like or how it goes, but they're going to do some senior subbing now because they feel like they got this thing in the bag.
Timeout. So this is a good time to talk about who these teams will be playing next. And, of course, we're talking about the regular season conference finale. Alter has one more game, a regular season game coming on up. They'll play Bethel Tate tomorrow. It's for a 7:30 tip at home. That'll be their senior night. And then Friday the 21st, first round of the playoffs, they'll take on Northwestern. That'll be over at Springfield High School. That'll be a 6:30 tip. On the other side, you get a feeling that Roger Bacon's going to have their hands full a week from tomorrow, Saturday the 22nd, as they take on this very determined Badin Rams team. And they've shown their muster tonight. That'll be at Mason High School for a 6 o'clock tip a week from Saturday.
Absolutely. I think Badin tonight can kind of use this as a little bit of a momentum swing for them. And secondly, I would say that, Bacon has played them kind of tough a few times this year. Situation where you usually in the tournament you don't always run into league opponents, but they're going to run into one right off the bat.
Watkins good. And Watkins will come out.
And rightfully so, he sprints off the floor.
Marshall Flagg comes out. Wholesale substitutions. We see the youngsters in the game for Badin. Here's a three off the corner and good. And a timeout. Rich Kolb knocked home the trifecta, his third of the night.
Certainly, and I can respect Alter calling a timeout here and just seeing if they can't perhaps force one more 5-second call and maybe hit one more three, and then you start to maybe believe you got somewhat of a chance. But any kind of inbound here for Badin, any kind of clean inbound, this game is essentially over. It's gonna take, for lack of a better term, a miracle for Alter to win this basketball game. But perhaps why we love sports so much is you can't script it, and there is the outside chance that it's still possible. I know there's about 19 seconds left in this one. I will say this, and one thing that I talked to Reed about as well is the bugaboo of mine is the idea of the clock turning into the timeout clock, because it eliminates you being able to look at the scoreboard and seeing how much time's left. For those looking right now, you can see that it's countdown from 20, but 18.8, so it's going to take a 5-second call, in my opinion, for Alter to have much of a chance.
Throw in from Ryan Kirkendall from the baseline.
Here's your steal.
Away. Here's Kolb.
Gotta hit it.
Here's Connor off the right wing for three. He knocks it down. And another timeout. You called it. Connor's third trifecta tonight, 56-42. What the heck has happened here in the last 5 seconds?
I mean, that's just bad basketball for Badin's end right there. You have this thing pretty much won, and there was no action other than just sprinting towards the basketball, and you try to throw it to him on a defended player. I'd expect some seniors back out there again as Watkins comes back in, and so does Hegeman. But again, if you're Alter, you do not let Watkins catch this basketball. Force anyone else other than Watkins to catch the ball.
Hegeman will throw in. He's looking for Watkins. Underneath, he'll play to Watkins. He drew the double, and before the steal, he got fouled with 12.2 left to play.
And again, no action at all for Badin. No screen, no nothing. That was just simply Watkins willing himself to get open, but wow. Kind of fortunate because he tossed that ball between two defenders, and fortunately for Hegeman, he made such a good pass. It didn't get picked off, but my goodness.
Rich Kolb fouls out of the ball game.
Looks like we got a little spillage on the floor over here, so they're gonna get a trainer to come over and clean it up.
Cole, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It looks like the ref said we're good to go, so here we go.
Cole, by the way, finishes the game with 11 points. He fouls out. Here's Watkins to the line. Trying to enhance the 2-point or the 2-possession lead. He gets the first. So it's funny. He wasn't a real factor in the first half, at least from a scoring perspective. He has been everything here in the second half.
He still can't extend it to a 3-possession game, so even as he did make it, we still have the opportunity for Alter to hit a 3 and be right in this thing.
12.2 left to go.
It's got to be quick. Got to be quick.
Plays Connor. Moving up fast. Here's a long 30-footer. No good off the left side, and the ball rattles out. Jack Smith's attempt goes awry with 3.8 left to go.
Yeah, that'll do it, but that's the 3 you have to take in that situation, because if he would have made it, you got 4.5 seconds left, and that still gives you enough time to be able to foul and get another shot up. So, with all due respect, that's all she wrote.
Larkin will trigger. It'll go on out to the far side to A.J. Engener, and Badin has won senior night. 58-52, the final, in a hard-fought matchup. Alter wouldn't go away, but Badin down the stretch was just too much, especially with the free throws.
Absolutely. We talked about the fact that Badin didn't shoot well from a percentage standpoint all year long for the free throw line. Tonight, down the stretch, they made them when they mattered. And although there was a little hiccup here at the end with the turnover and the 3 by Alter, really kind of put the game away with about 2.5 minutes left going in, and a big win for Badin, not only for the seniors, leaving a legacy. They've had a heck of a career, heck of a season. Now you can look forward to the tournament, and you can look back on it and say, you know what? We might not play a team as good as Alter all year long, and we took care of them tonight. We can beat anybody when it comes to the tournament.
Alter falls to 17-4, 12-2 in the GCL-CoEd. They still win the conference, but they lose here on the final conference game of the season. Badin improves to 17-5, 10-4 in conference. We'll take a break right here. We'll come back and wrap it up courtside and look ahead to the March to Columbus. When we return, it's the game of the week here on Chatterbox Live. Put a wrapper here on this one at Badin High School, 58-52. Badin victorious on senior night. Along with Trace Fowler, I'm Geoff Kim. Thanks for joining us for the game of the week, the final regular season game here on Chatterbox Live. Trace, your impressions here on this one down the stretch.
I just felt like it was 2 good basketball teams that played a whale of a basketball team for most of a whale of a basketball game, I should say, for most of this contest. Really, the last 2.5 minutes went Badin's way, and ultimately that was the difference tonight. But the first quarter, I leave impressed. They were putting the ball in the basket, and in the final quarter, I leave impressed because, you know, it takes guts to be able to make the free throws down the stretch, especially when everybody's told you all year long that you haven't made them and you can't make them and whatever it may be. I just felt like Badin handled the basketball really well, and let's face it, Donnie Watkins hit an enormous 3, top of the key. Larkin feeded it to him, but ultimately I felt like that was the pivoting point in this basketball game. And give a lot of credit to Alter, though. They didn't go away.
I have a feeling you'll see that on social media as our shot of the night. Watkins was special here in the second half. Your final thoughts on this one? I'll put a wrapper on the scoring here in just a second. But let's look ahead very quickly to the March to Columbus next week. What do you got?
Absolutely. So for those that are interested from a Division I level, I know that the teams tonight are playing Division II, but the Division I level, we are going to have every single sectional and district game in the Cincinnati area. So anybody that is a Cincinnati team coming out of a Cincinnati sectional, we're going to have it, which is kind of unprecedented. I don't think anybody's ever done such a thing. We're going to give that a shot. And from the Division II level, we are going to follow these Badin Rams and the Ross Rams as well. So a couple Rams in the Division II level we are going to cover. But I've said it once, I'll say it again. There's nothing better than tournament basketball. There just isn't. It's do or die, and there's a lot of emotion on the line. And anytime you get late into a basketball game like tonight, could you imagine tonight being a tournament game to where whoever wins goes on, whoever loses, the season's over? There'd be a lot of drama.
Let's break down the scoring here in this one. First for Badin, they got 2 points from Marshall Flagg, 17 from Josh Hegeman, 12 from Donovan Watkins, 21, which was a game high for Zach Schweitzer. 2 points apiece for Spencer, for Spencer Geesting. Well, we'll see if I got this right. Spencer Geesting and for Alex DeLong. We got it correct. All right. And then for Alter, they got 10 points in the ballgame from Jacob Connor, 6 from Jack Smith, 1 from Brian Shane, 11 from Rich Kolb, 14 from Connor Stoley, and Brady Ewell finished up scoring with 6 points here in this one. I can't wait for next week. We got a full bracket. As we understand it, a couple games on Friday, as far as you and I are concerned, right? Absolutely. A couple games on Friday, and then 3 more the following Saturday.
Absolutely. That right thereafter, 24 hours later, we might be tired, but 5 games in 24 hours, and it'll be fun.
I'm gonna amend that statement and say we will be tired.
Sure.
I think you and I will need plenty of adrenaline here in this one. Again, the final tonight, as we saw a great one, senior night for the Rams. They win it 58-52. They finish up the regular season at 17-5. Alter falls to 17-4. And again, be sure to tune in all across our Chatterbox Sports platform. We'll have every Division I game next weekend. Thanks go out to our main man on the camera, Al Spray, tonight. Again, a fun one here tonight for senior night. Badin the winner, 58-52. For my main man, Trace Fowler, I'm Geoff Kim. Good night from Hamilton.